All right, here in Fort Myers with Stephen Wright with a brief tutorial on how to throw the knuckleball. And Stephen, if you would, can you show us how you grip the ball and generally what you do to try to produce movement on it?
Well, I kind of hold it different. I kind of hold it in between the seams. For me, like, you just try to kill the spin. The movement kind of comes with the lack of spin on the ball. So I just kind of keep a stiff wrist and I just throw it and try to stay in the center of my body.
And you throw your knuckleball harder than a lot of guys who've tried to master that pitch.
Yeah, I mean, typically I throw it kind of like Dickey, where it's like in the mid to high 70s. But I don't think it really matters on the velocity. I mean, you can still get movement at 60 as long as you kill the spin on the ball.
How about maintenance? What do you have to do to make sure that your nails, for example, are hardened enough to be able to dig in and produce what you want with that pitch?
I've been pretty blessed with hard nails, you know. But I mean, if you do have a problem, you can use super glue to kind of keep them in, or nail hardener. I mean, you do a lot of beauty products, you know, nail filer, you know, stuff like that. You kind of have around just in case, because you never know when you're going to need it.
How much do you throw your other pitches?
I throw knuckleballs probably about 85% of the time. So it depends on, you know, if I'm throwing it for strike, then I throw it more. But if I'm struggling throwing for strikes, then it'll dictate on how often I throw it.
Because the grip is so different, do you have to be on guard about tipping pitches? Is that ever an issue?
Yeah, I mean, it has been an issue. Working with some of the guys in big league camp is when I'm throwing another pitch, you know, trying not to tip it as far as moving in the ball in my glove and stuff. But it's something I'm aware of, and I try to just, you know, just be aware of it. So if I ever get in the habit of doing it, then I'll be able to recognize it.
Speaking of your catchers, have you had to give them equipment? Do you have to bring your own glove to the ballpark?
Yeah, I got a couple of gloves that I give to Butler or LeBarnway, and they kind of take the pick on which one they like. And you know, sometimes they like to use first baseman's gloves, so whatever, you know, makes them feel comfortable, that's what they use.
A lot of knuckleballers have personal caddy, so to speak. Wakefield for so long in Boston through to Mirabelli. Do you guys have a situation like that, or are all the catchers on this squad able to handle you?
I think for right now, I mean, I've thrown a Butler obviously last year, thrown a LeBarnway this year in bullpen and stuff. He's done a pretty good job. I haven't thrown him a game yet, but I think he can handle it. I mean, he's got the confidence of doing it, and I think that's where it starts. You know, now it's just a matter of just getting out there and doing it.
How about sharing notes with other knuckleballers around the game? It's a small fraternity, but interestingly, you've got one on this team right now, and Charlie Hager down here.
Yeah, it's great having him around every day. You know, I had Wakefield this year for a little bit in camp, so it's nice kind of have that little fraternity, because you know, you try to bounce stuff off of each other. When stuff's going good, you try to find out. You know, you let the other guy know what you're doing, or if it's not going bad, you talk to him, see what, you know, it's nice for me to have Charlie around every day. So if I'm not feeling too good, I can kind of talk to him, explain what I'm, you know, feeling, and you know, he's been throwing it for a lot longer than I have, so he's either done it or heard one of the other guys going through a situation like that, so it's nice to have somebody to kind of relate to. So, but Rich Savor has been helpful too, because he threw it a little bit too, so he's helped me out a lot last year. I'm looking forward to working with him again.
Absolutely. I'd imagine that's a very rare thing in baseball, to have an organization which buys into a knuckleball, but also a pitching coach who's had experience with the pitch.
Yeah, I mean, you just don't hear it. You just don't hear it. I mean, that's with what RA did last year. I mean, it kind of brought the knuckleball to, you know, to kind of to light. But I mean, to have, you know, 4 guys with Wake, you know, in one kind of small area, I mean, it's kind of unique, and it's good for me because I'm still learning, you know, a year into it, so it's trying to learn as much as I can, as often as I can.
Stephen, thanks a lot for your time.